Greetings to my supervisor and my moderator. Today I'm going to present about my FYP1 presentation. The title of my FYP1 is Hostel Management System to Improve Sales and Resolve Stakeholder Problems. So my name is Xian. Now I will start the presentation. So Chapter 1, Project Background. Background and motivation of the project is to provide a solution for hostel management company to improve their business using information technology and resolve stakeholder problems. So there are several stakeholders involved in the hostel management business. One of them is tenants, some of them is the homeowners, and also the management company, the staff, and the admin. One of the motivation of the project is to resolve their problem. Besides, background and motivation is by analyzing and understanding the nature of hostel business, we can increase the business competitiveness. The third background motivation is to improve the quality and delivery of service for hostel management while reducing their burden. So the first problem statement of the project is to document and scheduling the room's availability is quite frustrating and easy to make mistakes. So to tackle the problem, one of the objectives of the project is to develop a web application which can manage documentation and reservation of the customer. So the second problem statement is to dealing with customer dispute may be quite troublesome and time consuming. So there's a limitation on the physical reception area and the counter for the management office. So the management also need to handle phone calls and record each issue. So one of our main objective is to provide a feature for staff to manage customer requests and to document it. So rather than the customer need to face-to-face and talk to the receptionist or the counter staff, they can make request appointment, and the management can make arrangement to meet them or to just talk to them or just send them the required information to them through internet. So the third problem statement is there's too many transaction requests and payment transfer to keep track, and there's a limitation to cash payment. So the objective is to provide a feature for staff to manage customer payments easily. So the fourth objective and problem statement is there's no effective way to get feedback from customer. So to provide a feature, the objective is to provide a feature for administrator to analyze the business. So the last and the final problem statement is the limitation on using hostel management platform. There are several hostel management platforms available, but they are not comes without any limitations, such as the word limit. They give you like 50 words you need to describe everything about your hostel. It's quite impossible. They don't let you to brand your business or provide any link to the outside source, and also they only give you 3 photos limit. Then you cannot display all the information that is needed for you to describe or to give the tenant or the visitors the insight that they want. So our objective is to provide a feature for staff to manage accommodation listing without limitation, and to provide convenience for customer to search for the accommodation. So this is the project scope for my FYP. Reservation management, request management, tenant self-service module, tenant profile management, payment management, feedback management, housekeeping management, maintenance, marketplace, system log to track back the activity, staff management, and staff module. So literature review. So I've done analysis on many of the currently existing hostel management system. So in conclusion, I will take out several aspects that is more important and give it a brief explanation. So the first aspect is the reservation management. So as you can see, the hostel management system, so they have their calendar, and then they can schedule their book tenant or anything. So but the problem is, rather than hostel management, this is kind of like hotel management, because the date that they are allowed is considered like 3 days or 5 days tenancy. They also counted as they are occupying the room or units. So this is not what we want if we are aiming for the long-term accommodation. And to solve long-term accommodation management problem is the title of my FYP. So this is for reference purpose. And yeah. So the second aspect is the room listing management. So you can list all the rooms and then display it at the website that you want, but there are certain limitations for each of these platforms. So this is the second aspect that is important for hostel management business, the room listing management. The third aspect is the dashboard system review. So as you can see, after you log into the admin account, then you can directly see all the insight and the details of your business and the performance. So it's very easy to understand what's happening to your business, and you can make decision to tackle the problem. So the fourth aspect is the report review and export. So it is important that you can check your performance and reports of your business by day, week, month, or anything. So you can generate the report and then print it out and take record of it. And this is very important for making analysis and business decision. So the fifth aspect, which is very important, is the feedback module. So it's also very important to get feedback from the customer and your staff and then everything, so you can make the changes and fix the problem, and also improvise on your business model, and that's all. So chapter 3, system design. So this is basically the use case diagram of the business and the system that I want to build. So there's different roles and different character. They can do different stuff. So this is a staff they can manage and help the tenant to check in, check out, manage the house and update the information, and then approve the payments and everything. So super admin is a bit different. He can do everything that the staff can do, but he also can add stuff, delete stuff, and then give the staff permission to do certain things. So there's also customer where they didn't have any account in the system, but they can search for the room availability and then contact the customer service to book the room or anything. So if you are a tenant, that means that you already signed the tenancy contract, and then you have the account, then you can go and check the recurring bills, you can request for the repair and the appointment, and then also give the feedback for management to improvise. So there's also another house owner where if you are lending the house to the management company, then you can check the performance and the tenancy occupancy rate or anything, the performance of the units that you lend it to the management. So this is the ER diagram of the project. So basically there are 3 main modules for the project so far. That doesn't mean that there's only 3 modules in the system, but this is other function can be done through taking certain data from this and that place, then they can become the individual module for the functionality that is needed. So there's property module, the user module, and the invoice module. So user module, they got users, and then users they have roles where there's a many-to-many relationship, and use the role user table to control. And each users they can have many roles. If you're a homeowner, and then probably you can also become a tenant for the business. So yeah. So the invoice modules where the management people, they can add the bills for the users, and then after the tenant make the payment, they can generate the receipt for the tenant and then send to them through email. So there's also a property module where the staff can add properties and then create the units for each properties. So properties means that you have one house, and then units means that you have 5 different room, and then you want to rent the room out each individually. So unit rent records is rentals for each individual tenants. This is to control and identify whether each room is occupied or empty or anything. So there's also a contract table where user can generate the contract needed for the tenancy, and then send it to the tenant and sign it, and then they can also store back the signed version of the contracts, and then keep track of the contracts. So that's all for the ER diagram. So chapter 4, design specification. So basically this is a full cycle of a SDLC, system development life cycle, that has analysis, design, implementation, testing, deployment, and maintenance. So the phase 1 is analysis. The survey is done through a Google form where I collect all the data from many places and then make analysis on whether and for the design of the system. So the second phase is the design phase, where I generate all these use case diagram, ER diagram, and the overall design of the system. The third phase is the implementation phase. So from here on, I will display what I've done for the FYP1 of my FYP1 project. So basically the system is separated into a front-end website, where this is the dummy website for the homepage of the website, and there's a room listing page for the website. So if I'm a visitor where I have no relationship with the business or the management, I can search for the rooms available here, and this room is dynamically generated. So there's also a portal for the management to there's also a portal. So there's also a portal for the management to manage the business. So you see, this is a login page where I can use my account to log in. So right now I'm the admin and the staff account. So as you can see, all the room listing listed at the front end website where everyone can access is the room that is all the empty rooms that are available for rentals. So there's also other rooms which is already rented or occupied. That room won't show up at the front end here. So if we go to the displays, and then we can see each of the details of each room. This is 1221B5. So you see that this is exact information of this unit. So if I go back and choose another room, then there will be P102. So there are different images. So you see, if I can still add on other images, and then press save changes, and then I refresh here, then it will display the third picture right here. So if you see the details description, so if you are very interested in this room and you want to make more inquiry, and then you want to book the room or anything else, you can provide your contact information to the staff through the small input box here, and then give it your information to the management. So you see, if I press the now button right now, it will say that FYP success submitted inquiry, and then I press OK, then it will say that success submitted information. Please wait patiently for our staff's reply through WhatsApp. So our staff will receive the information through the app here. So this is the pushover app, where you can receive a push notification through the contact from your website. So you can receive, this is the information that flashes out, and the room code that they want, and then I can contact the person back through the WhatsApp, and then give him the more inquiry, and so probably I will add more fields where to ask for the visitors' interest on the room, and there's any additional requirement that they want or anything. So it's better for the staff to reply them through WhatsApp. So that's all for the login page. So that's all for the website. So we'll go into the details for the portal, the internal portal. So this is the backend side of the system, where users can go and check everything about the system. So this is the main dashboard, where you can see all the information of the system, like the overview of the system, where I got total of 4 properties, and then I got total of 7 units out of the 4 properties, and 3 of them is rented, 3 of them is empty, and one is already booked by a person, but it still haven't paid the money or deposit. So if I want to see so if I want to see which 3 room is rented, I can just directly press this button, and then I can go and see all this room is occupied, and then check the details, see the details that about the rooms. So different role, when they are logged into the system, they will have different view. As example, we see that the current me this is me in YX. So as you can see, my role is like super admin, and house owner. So basically I can see almost everything about the system because I had the super admin role. If I only have super admin role, I think I can also see everything, just I cannot see the homeowner report. So you see Abu. So Abu right now is a tenant, so I can log into his account. And then the only thing I can see is make payment, payment history, and make payment. So this part haven't finished. I'm just doing this for display purpose, and I will continue the thing for the at the FYP2. So you see Abu, when he log in, you can see that he can only see all these 3 actions. And so this is because he's only a tenant, so he can only do this kind of action. So if I change his role into a house owner, and then I give him that, you see that he can only see the reports. So this is reserved for the house owner report page. And so different role, they will have different part that they can access in the system. And then like this is the reserved for homeowner report. It's like the homeowner, they can check the performance and the occupancy rate and all the things that happens in their house and how much they will potentially earn if they are like separate the money with the management. So let's see the other things that can be done in the system. So this is the property list. I can add new properties, and then I give a property code like P0003, and then select who is the owner for the property, new added property. So the owner can only be chosen from the system where just now I got the user list, and the role where they are owner, only they can show up here. So I can type what is the property name, and you can say so you can see that a new property has been created, and I can check the information here. So when is it created and when is it last updated. So this is basically the basic information of the system. So I can also search for the property information here. Default is the no data disabled, so I can search for example what I read just now. I want to search all property from Kampar, and then I just search. And then I will display all the property from Kampar, and then also can search by users, all the property from Kampar where the owner is linked account. So I can also search include deleted property and other like create time range or the last update time range. So beside this, I also created the unit where I can add new units. So property is like you have 1 unit, but if you want to create each rooms, then you can go to like this is property 1 from Lim Akao. I think this one is the one that I just created, and then the code name is like 0001 or ABCA or like A1. So this name is very important because it will be displayed at the website front end. Yeah, you see the room with these beautiful pictures, and of course it will be very expensive. So as I created the new the new units. So you see it will be displayed at here. Gorgeous room for rent, a very beautiful room with lake scenery, and then 9,000 monthly rental. And so people can search for it through here and then contact our staff for more query and booking. So I also got the search function for the units, and there's a very special thing about this where you can add the text for the searching, like I want search for the units where there's a private toilet and below 500. So if I only want the 500, I can also search for 500 only, and it doesn't matter the sequence of the searching, but I need to separate the text by the comma. So basically I can search for anything that I want. Through the text. So later on I will add on to the front website where the visitor, they also can search through the text, but I will give them like a symbol thingy so they can toggle whether they want to search for this or like disable the text. So this will be done at the FYP2 as an improvement to the system. And then I also got the rental reports. So this is where the staff manage the booking, check-in, and add on the new users. So if a new visitor, they want to rent a room, then they will create the account here for that person, and then they can just directly add the new booking for that people. So the new created user here, they will become a tenant, and you can just select him and select the units that they want to rent, and then like key in the rentals or the deposit, and then just book the room for him. So I will test this out using the room that I just created. So basically I can book a room for that tenant, and then you see this newly created one. I can also, like, this is only for booking where I like make the units to become booked. So if I go back to the unit index, I can see that the status of the room is booked. So this is only like occupied for and reserved for the tenant. If later he don't want, you can just cancel out. And if he want to check in to the room, and then you can like update the payment deposit and then click the check-in date. Like what date he want to check in, like 21st April, and then give him some remark and then click check-in. So after checking in, the room will be update from book to occupied. So this will like So besides, I can also like after checking in, after a certain period, I can help the tenant to check out. So I got checked like the checkout date cannot be smaller than the check-in date, and then like after a few months I can help him check out, and then check out the room. And then this is one complete flow of the check-in, booking, and then the checkout cycle. So in between I can update the contracts that is available. Like if you give the tenant to sign contracts and then you want to keep track of the contracts, then you can upload the contract pictures here. So this is easier for you to keep track of all the contract information. So if you want to search back which contract is what you want and is created, then you can search it through here. And then this is, of course, there's no contract created right here. So as an example, I can just like upload the contract picture and just click this for the example lah. No remark. And then the contract is created, and then I can search back the contract from here. So I can like see back the contract and then access it and download again the contract. So let's continue to the building. So as a staff, I can add the building for the tenants. So as example, I can choose holy fuck just now, the tenant, just the tenant just now, and I can choose which the build type for the tenant, the room. Oh, I already checked out. Sorry. So only the room that's rented or occupied they will display here. So if you already checked out the room, then you cannot add the new bills for like rentals for the bill for the tenant. So I will just click some random thing and then just say like 9,000 and due date for the bill, and then create the bill. So this bill is belong to Mr. Ho something. So in the future where this person, when he log into his account, he can check the bill from his account and make the payment through the service portal. So the payment, the making the payment part, I will done it at in the future, like as I mentioned just now. So there's also a receipt part where I can check back the receipt and then pending payment or pending verification by the staff, and then like the staff need to like download the bank statement from the bank, and then they like tally out the accounting stuff, and then they can approve the payment then to make sure that the payment is actually same as what they put. So I can check all the bills that I added, that is created for this receipt. Yeah, so in the future for the improvement part, I will like make some reports and then display some graphical stuff here to like give a better insight for the situation for that happens in the business. And then I can, every user, they can also change their user information through here, and then change their password here by typing in here, and then everything. Yeah, and then they also can change their profile pictures to other, and then after changing they will get a different profile picture. This is for demonstration purpose. Yeah. So that's all for my FYP1 project. So let's continue with the phase 4, testing of the system. So in future, in FYP2, I will do the alpha testing and the beta testing, where alpha testing is for identifying bugs and potential issues and to check for functionality logic, and beta testing where I will get some external user to let them try out the system and collect their user feedback and also improve their user experience by changing the UIs and reduce the steps needed to perform certain action. So phase 5 is this is continue of the SDLC. The phase 5, the deployment, to deploy the web application and to try run it on the actual internet. And then phase 6, which is the last phase of the SDLC, is the maintenance, where I will do the continuous effort to get user feedback and to improvise on the application. So the development tools that I use to develop the web application is the PHP Storm, where this is the IDE for the PHP. So I'm using the GitHub student package version for the PHP Storm, where the student can use it for free. So this is actually a paid IDE for PHP, but it's very powerful, where it can like auto-correct the thing and then give some insights about your code and make analysis on the redundancy and everything. So I use my SQL workbench to do the database modeling and also the SQL administration. So besides, I also use Laragon as a universal development environment for PHP. So Laragon is used to host my web application. So I'm using the Laravel framework for the PHP development. So I use the Laragon to host it on my local servers. As you can see just now, this is hosted using Laragon. Yeah, this is the Laragon I'm using it to host. So I will stop it right now. And so external API that I use is the Mailgun API, where I use the Mailgun to send the emails to as the system reminder. I also use a pushover, just like the app that you just see just now, that where the staff will get the pushover notification from the website, and then they can like contact back the tenant. So in case if the pushover server is now, and then my server is like pinging the pushover 3 times and pushover server didn't reply, then I will like redirect the notification directly to the Mailgun and send it to the staff's email instead of the pushover app push notification. So chapter 5 conclusion. So the present work that I've done for FYP1 is this kind of list. So basically I've done the analysis and then make the design of the overall system, and then starting to develop the web application, and done basically most of the backend part and then the CIOD part of the system. So other modules and functionality is important, but I need to like settle I need to create the fundamental part of the system where you can upload the data and then do everything else, and then I will do the other stuff for in the FYP2 to improve the user experience and add on all the functionality and other stuff. So this is the Gantt chart for the work I've done. So in the future I plan to do a FYP2 at the next semester. So I will do a review the FYP1 and then set up review on the user interface and everything, and then continue to develop thing, and then do the alpha beta testing and upload it to the server, getting feedback from the users, and then maintain the web server for until the end of the project. So this is a poster I created for the project. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you.